Hey, you? Yes, you with the flour-dusted apron or the secret cookie obsession. Have you ever stopped to wonder about that little tool sitting quietly in your kitchen drawer? The pastry brush? It looks so innocent, just a humble bundle of bristles, right? Well, buckle up, because today I am pulling back the curtain on the hidden secrets of pastry brushes. This is not just a toolet, it's a game changer with a wild history. Some jaw-dropping surprises, and a few tricks you will wish you knew years ago. Stick around, because by the end of this, you will never look at that brush the same way again. Welcome back, Kitchen Explorers. I am so excited to dive into this with you today. We are talking about pastry brushes, those unsung heroes of the baking world. You might think they are just for slathering butter on dough or glazing a pie, but oh, there is so much more to them than that. I mean, where did they come from? How did they evolve into the sleek silicone wonders we see today? And why do some cultures practically worship them? I have been digging deep into this topic, and I promise you, it is a wild ride. So grab a snack, preferably something flaky and delicious, and let's get started. We are going to uncover the origin story, trace their evolution, explore their cultural significance, and sprinkle in some fun facts that will blow your mind. Ready? Let's do this. Okay, let's travel back in time. Picture this: ancient kitchens, smoky fires, and people figuring out how to make food taste better. The pastry brush did not just pop up out of nowhere. Its roots go way back, think thousands of years. Some historians believe it started with early cooks using bundles of feathers or twigs to spread oils and fats onto meat or bread. Imagine that. No fancy tools, just whatever they could grab from nature. In ancient Egypt, they were already baking bread like pros, and evidence suggests they used reed brushes to glaze dough with honey or oils. Pretty clever, right? Now, fast forward to medieval Europe. Bakers there were obsessed with perfecting their craft, and they started using horsehair or boar bristles tied to wooden handles. These were not just kitchen tools, they were status symbols. A good brush showed you were serious about your baking game. And here is the kicker. These early brushes were not disposable. People treated them like heirlooms, passing them down through generations. Can you imagine inheriting your grandma's pastry brush? That is some serious kitchen legacy. So, from feathers to bristles, the pastry brush was born out of necessity and ingenuity. It was all about making food tastier and prettier, even back then. Pretty cool origin story, huh? Now let's talk about how this little tool grew up. By the 18th and 19th centuries, the pastry brush was getting a serious globe. Industrialization hit, and suddenly we had better materials, think finer bristles and sturdier handles. Bakers could get brushes that lasted longer and worked smarter. But here is where it gets interesting. The big leap came in the 20th century with silicone. Yep, that bouncy, heat-resistant stuff changed everything. Silicone brushes hit the scene in the late 1900s, and people were skeptical at first. I mean, bristles had been the gold standard forever. But silicone was a game changer, easy to clean, no shedding, and it could handle scorching temperatures without melting. Today, you will find brushes with detachable heads, ergonomic grips, even ones with built-in reservoirs for basting. It is like the pastry brush went to tech school and graduated with honors. And get this, some modern brushes are so versatile. People use them for grilling, painting, or even crafts. I saw someone online using one to apply resin to a DIY project. Wild. So from twigs to high-tech silicone, the pastry brush has evolved into a kitchen MVP. What do you think, Team Bristle or Team Silicone? Let me know down below. Okay, let's globetrot a bit. The pastry brush might seem like a small thing, but in some cultures, it is a big deal. Take France, for example. Home of croissants and baguettes, those bakers treat their brushes like wands. A perfectly buttered pastry is not just food. It is art. They will spend hours debating the best brush for that glossy, golden finish. It is practically a religion over there. Then there is Japan. Their pastry game is next level, and brushes play a huge role in precision. Ever see those flawless matcha cakes or shiny red bean buns? That is brushwork at its finest, delicate, intentional, almost meditative. In some Asian cultures, the act of brushing glaze is tied to rituals of care and presentation. It is not just about taste, it is about respect for the food. And do not sleep on the Middle East. Their pastry brushes are key for desserts like baklava. Layering honey or syrup takes skill, and the brush is the secret weapon. Across the world, this tool is not just practically carries meaning, tradition, and pride. Makes you wonder what stories your own brush could tell, right? Alright, time for some fun stuff. Did you know the world's most expensive pastry brush sold for over $500? It was handmade, gold-plated, and studded with gemstones. Talk about extra. Most of us are not brushing our scones with that, but it shows how much people value this tool. Here is another one. In the 1800s, some bakers believed boar bristle brushes added a tiny flavor boost to pastries. No science backs that up, but they swore by it. Oh, and get this, silicone brushes can double as hair dye applicators. I am not kidding. People have tested it, and it works. Who knew your kitchen tool could moonlight in the salon? One more. During World War II, resourceful cooks used paintbrushes as pastry brushes because supplies were scarce. Imagine glazing a pie with something from the hardware store. Desperate times, right? These little tidbits just prove how quirky and unexpected the pastry brush's journey has been. Which fact surprised you the most? Drop it in the comments. So, there you have it, the hidden secrets of pastry brushes, unpacked and served up fresh. We went from ancient twigs to silicone marvels, explored how cultures adore them, and dug up some wild facts along the way. This tiny tool has a huge story, and I hope you are as obsessed with it as I am now. Next time you are brushing butter on a roll or glazing a cake, give that brush a little nod of respect. Has earned it. If you loved this deep dive, hit that like button, really helps me out, and subscribe if you have not already. We have got more kitchen secrets coming your way. Tell me in the comments, what is your favorite thing to brush onto your baked goods? Butter? Egg wash? Honey? I want to hear all about it. Oh, and share this video with your baking buddies. They need to know this stuff too. That is all for today, folks. Thanks for hanging out with me on this tasty adventure. Keep experimenting in the kitchen, keep asking questions, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, happy baking and maybe give that pastry brush a little extra love. Bye for now.